Hello and welcome, this is Silverox, and welcome back to part 3 of my Mass Effect m98 Widow Rifle. On this episode we are going to be finishing the basic mesh body, and hopefully if I have enough time, getting everything ready to start the painting process. So on this we are going to start with the back stock and this upper part, the upper rail. So as I have everything ready, like always, move the cursor always to the center before creating a new mesh so that it's all centered. I'm going to size this in the Y. Oops, before I do that, start screen display so you know what I am doing. And while we are here, size this in the Y axis and bring it down slightly like this. Go into edit mode, add several lobe cuts to this, and basically then pull it back. This is not going to be oops, I messed that up. I have to do it with the transparency on so I can select all of them. As I said, this is not a super detail because this is going to be transformed into a papercraft model. And if you don't know what a papercraft model is, it's a model you can print based on a 3D projection like this one. I have to actually cut this right here so it makes this edge. Oops, okay, pressing the wrong button. I have to fill that. And yeah, that should look like that. Center my screen on this so I don't need to be constantly orientating it. Basically what I'm doing here is creating the basic shape of the stock for the gun. And that should be fine right there. Size it in the x-axis so it's slightly larger. Yeah, this should be fine. And pull this forward. Cut it right here. This should be yeah. Now bring this forward. There we go. Control D to duplicate this and bring this forward to here. Now I'm going to oh, okay, this is not right. Size it always on the x-axis by pressing S and then X. There we go, this is what we need. Fill all those faces. And now we're going to duplicate this one. And we're going to keep duplicating this one until we reach the end. There we go. What I'm going to do now is to use the same method I've been using before, creating the volume effect. Select the original cube. Yeah, that's what no, we actually don't want that one. We want this one. With the difference modifier. Then we just have to fix that one because there's a slight gap in there. You know what, I'm going to edit that gap out. Just gonna pull this back like this and apply that. Since I pulled it back in, these two are overlapping. It's not creating the one in the middle. So let's fix that one now. Yeah, that should be fine right there. Whoops. I actually press Ctrl Z instead of Ctrl S to save this. That's the bottom part of the stock. Now we have to create a top part. top part is pretty much the same process but inverted, so cursor to center, create a new cube, move it over there with the G button, place it right there and start editing. Pull this all down over here, pull this up, extrude it up by pressing the E key. Let's create a slight curve over there. We're not going to make a lot of detail. Same thing over here. It's just, oops. Let me just add one here, and there we go. Pull this forward. I'm actually going to apply the volume modifier at this point, so that I don't have to alter this mesh. Volume, the first one, and I want to apply the difference. Yes, it's too big right now. Resize it down like that. This one should actually be thinner than the one before. So there we go, this should be fine right there. And apply that, go back into edit mode, and extrude this down. And let's pull this slightly back. Yeah, that should be fine. And the same thing, add the volume modifier, and now we're going to add the last cube we made. I believe it's that one. It's not actually, let me wait a moment. What is the name of this one? This is cube 01. Okay. Was I applying the wrong one? Okay, there we go. I saw that one said circle and not cube, so apply that. That's fine. So I'm going to actually alter the shape of this since I don't like it. There we go, just resize it down. Now we are going to extrude that forward all the way to the front of the rifle. There we go. And this is where we are going to add the rest of the details to it. Since I'm extruding that far, let me resize this again. There we go. Now I'm going to need to do 1, 2, 3, 4 cuts right here, and a larger one. Yeah, a really large one. So let's exit this, cursor to center like always, and make a cube. Let's leave it like that. Resize this. Shift D to duplicate it, bring it over here. And just do this. I'm going to use the same effect I've been using this entire time, the volume modifier. Pull that forward all the way over there. Yeah, that should be fine. Pull this one out here. Let's pull it slightly up. Size this on the y-axis so it gets that curve right there. This cut should be what we want. Size this in the x-axis so it completely overlaps the existing mesh. And let's add this volume modifier to it now. This should be Q03 with the difference. And you can see the profile that we have created here. Apply that. Delete this entire mesh since we don't need it. Now all we are left to do is the front sight and the scope. This should be quite easy to do. Go back in here. Wait a moment. We created a very weird bridge. Why is that? Oh, I see what it is. I actually know what happened right there. Since these were two different meshes inside the same one, it actually make both cuts at the same time. So let's re-add that. Re-add that one. There we go. Keyboard 3, why aren't you working? No. Okay, now you are not working properly. What's the matter? It should be. This is keyboard 3, right? Yeah, keyboard 3. Why is it cutting into it? Oh, I see what happened. I see what happened. I accidentally had that one before. I didn't went back far enough, so it actually still had the volume modifier on. There we go. Now it should work fine. There we go. Now we have the cube again. Set so I can see through everything. G to move it. Resize it down. There we go. S to resize it on the S axis. SX. Oops. SY to size it on the Y axis. That's what I meant to say. Size it on the X so it comes out. Add the volume modifier again. And there we go. That should be it now. Yeah, that's fine now. Now the problem isn't there anymore. Now all I have to do is create the top side. Let's make a loop cut right here. Cut everything in half. And let's add a mirror modifier to it. There we go. This, yeah, that put the cut on the other side as well. For some reason it doesn't want to cut right here. No worries at all. We just do it by hand. Now let's select this one, bring it in. That one, bring it slightly up. And selecting. Oh, that's why it wasn't cutting. There we go. Bring that up slightly. And inward slightly. And that makes the curve that you can see on the front side. This is a very chunky front side. Let's put it in perspective mode. There we go. That looks much better now. So all we are left with is the main scope, which is actually incredibly easy to do. So let's again cursor center, add a new cube to it, size it down and move it over to this. Now we just start to work on it. Yeah, let's do it like this. Bring it back, bring it forward. Extrude it forward, that's what I was saying to do. And bring this edge down. Bring this down. And this is not, oh my god. There we go. Let's do this while we have transparency activated. Wait, actually I want to make this the size of the actual rifle scope. Yeah, never mind that. Yes, this should be fine. It's not touching. There we go. Let me just... no. Now what we are going to do, create a bevel on this. There we go. You know what, let's see if this works. Create a bevel on the entire thing. Yeah, that's fine by me. Yeah, that's okay. I can use that. Now exit this. This is the new kilo tree. So cursor to selected. Let's see, it's on the center. Yes, it is. And I'm going to add the cylinder. Let's see, F6. That's too many. 14 should be enough. Let's see. Yeah, let's put it less. Yeah, the 10 isn't enough. Rotate this so it's properly orientated. Bring it to the place where you want it. And resize it so it starts to come out. Let's see, yeah, that's what we want. Resize this on the Z axis so it protrudes from the scope itself like this. So let's add the volume modifier again to the new cylinder, the difference between the two, and apply it. Why didn't it work? Oh, I think I chose the wrong cylinder. I chose the cylinder that's composing the barrel. I should start naming these. There we go. The difference, and apply it. Now that's fine, that's what we want. Now what we need to do is make the scope, the front and back scope for it. I'm not going to make the adjustment now since the edge is so small, it's not actually feasible to print. So let's add a new circle, rotate it by 90, scale it down, scale it on the y-axis, keep scaling it down so it's the same diameter as this part right here. Now that should be fine. No, slightly more. Like this. Keep scaling it on the y-axis. There we go. At this point we can go and edit it. So extrude this. Select everything, extrude it and expand it. And size it on the y-axis so it's smaller like this. Let me do that again so you can see what I did. Going to grab this entire edge, extrude it once, extrude it again. Now select this entire set of faces, extrude it, click to place it on where it is, press S to resize this, and then press S, Y to shrink it down like that. And that's what we want. Actually, let me try and do something here. Faces, select, no, I want these. So delete these faces. And now I'm going to extrude this all the way to the end, like this. Actually, it didn't work because of the fact that this is the same size as the actual thing. So, yeah, let's leave it close like this. Doesn't matter much. So extrude this forward, size it up, extrude it again, and size it down. Extrude it forward and close it. Yeah, this is fine. So getting out of here, once again the volume modifier to the... No, I actually don't want a circle. I believe it's Kubo, yeah, it's Kubo 3, and the difference between the two. I'm going to delete this bit in edit mode and apply that. Control Alt to select this part and delete the vertices, and there we go. This is basically the main body completed. And since I'm already at 20 minutes, I won't actually be doing the texturing process, or sorry, the cutting for the texturing process. So I'm going to leave this right here on this episode. If you like what you watch, and consider subscribing, commenting on my videos and leaving a like, that helps out a lot. And if you want to download this model, you can go to my Patreon at patreon.com/silverrux. I should have a complete papercraft model of this right now. It's not actually going to be a simple plain one, but you can download it still if you are one of my Patreon supporters. And if you don't want this, but you want other projects that I have on the site, then you know what you need to do. Thank you for watching.